Good morning, world.
Good morning.
All right, we are doing another Ren song because you guys commented on our last two and said we need to do Ren Money Ties.
Money ties. Some people got to have it. Some people feel the need. Oh, that's the OJs. I'm sorry. All right, stay tuned. Ren, Money Ties. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. Okay, y'all. I'm going to say y'all because that pisses Cedric off because I live in the South now, and
It doesn't piss me off is that you've never said it
you
before.
can't get used to it. Hey, you know, when in Rome. If you guys would like, you can donate here. Some of you get mad when we do that. Ignore it. Fast forward to it. We appreciate it, and you guys can request anything you want for us to react to just by doing this right here. So do with it what you will. All right, Cedric, you ready to start?
Yes, Money Ties. I have a feeling this song is about money.
Probably. All right, here we go.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
All right.
Wow.
We do stop, but I will try to stop it at areas where you won't get mad at me.
It's okay if they do.
You got anything to say about that little intro monologue?
That was, I think he hit every nail right on the head with a hammer.
Yep.
I didn't think Ren was is he a Christian or is he more of a secular individual?
I think he's more secular.
Okay.
I don't know. I know he always brings in, we did that last song. He does bring in different forms. I think he brought different forms of people, or I don't know what you would call them, gods, or different forms of worshiping. I don't know if he's a monotheist. Hey, you know what? I think when you're sick, you contemplate all that stuff. So he probably just has a lot of thoughts in his head. That would be my guess.
Yeah. I'll spend too much time on it, but that came straight from Matthew chapter 19. Just the love of money and how Jesus used a lot of parables to explain what he's talking about. And there was a young rich guy that came to him and said, "How do I get into heaven?" And Jesus told him all the normal stuff. Don't murder, don't kill, don't bear false witness, honor your father and mother. And he said, "Well, I've done all that. What else should I do?" And then Jesus told him, "Sell everything you have and follow me." And the guy kind of turned his head and dropped his head and said, "Oh, why do I have to do that?" And basically what Jesus was saying was that it is, and that's where the verse comes from, it is a lot easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter heaven. And now he's not talking about like a needle like we see today, like a needle and thread. There's actually a gateway in the city of Jerusalem called the Eye of the Needle. And when camels would bring people and luggage loaded to the hilt, they would actually have to unload all their stuff, or in the case of a rich person, unload all their riches so that the camel could bend down and go through that eye of the needle. And he was just drawing the comparison there. I thought that was cool. I could spend more time on that, but I'm not going to.
So he's the religious one. So he jumped on that. When he says that those that desire to be rich fall into temptation. So, I mean, and that's when he goes to the proper thing. Some people say money is the root of all evil. Well, that's not the saying. It's the love of money is the root of all evil, as Cedric just so eloquently said. And that is where the problem is money is just a tool. So if you worship a tool, that's where it leads you down the wrong path. So,
which is why no one worships Brian, because Brian is a tool.
Wow. From the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shocker.
Well, he hit a few things. Going back to what I said before, money makes the pure man lawless. So money, it's just we've turned it into this temptation. I mean, there's a lot of temptations in life. And again, it goes right back to his original monologue. The love of money is where things go wrong.
A Bible from 1 Timothy 6, but you've already alluded to it. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And that because money does
yes,
great
we've
things.
talked about that many times, Cedric, already in this segment.
But I was going to go on and say it builds hospitals and it supports missionaries, but it's also responsible for drug trafficking. And as we've seen, especially in California, down by San Diego and maybe by the southern parts of Texas, it is also used to fund sex trafficking and drug trafficking. So it isn't the money itself, it's what you do with it that makes it good or bad.
Right. All right, let's hear what Ren has to
Bank
say.
robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shocker. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now,
That reminds me of, we do stop. Reminds me of Richmond, north of Richmond, when he says, if you're just, what did he say? If you're just living to work or living for the money. And that's what the gentleman, God, I just blanked on his name, that did Richmond. Oliver Anthony. So it's funny, these guys that we listen to and that we react to, there's always seems to be a similar thread. Even as disparate as a man from Wales, yes, we know it's Wales, and somebody that's living in West Virginia or Virginia, wherever Oliver Anthony is. We have this thread through a lot of this music.
Right.
So
I have nothing to say. Let's carry on.
just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Bren, born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much from mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture, oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit.
Oh, I mean, he touches on something there that we're losing. He said something about the purity of a kid. The modern, especially the modern world with the internet and everything and everything that's going on, the purity or the, I guess purity is the right word, of children. Innocence of children is just disappearing way too soon, I think. I mean, why make them grow up sooner than they have to? Because, like he said, the world is tough. God, shelter them as long as you can. Because then he says, right after that, he said, toughen up. It's like, God, can't we just delay that a little longer? And unfortunately, that's not the way the world is in these days. Sad.
It is.
Hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sister, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorned me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend law, make war, make goals.
I'm going to stop there for just a second. Money makes the cold case closed or something like that. He's referring to if you have money, you can get off much easier than if you don't have money. Like in like the court system.
You had no reason to bring up the O.J. Simpson trial just now. Oh,
that wasn't because he had money. That's because he had more melanin.
and the money. Well, the money was green too, so that helped a lot.
I know Johnny Cochran wasn't cheap.
Forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case closed. Money bend law, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
He has layers, man. He's just...
Yes.
No people, no profit. What do you mean by that?
There's a man, I don't want to spend too much time on this. There's a great book out there that I've referenced a lot called The Millionaire Next Door. And I don't know if you've read it or not, Brian.
Like Kobayashi?
No, that's a Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I think. Yeah, The Millionaire Next Door. It's a great book, and it's basically a survey that was done by today's millionaires. And the book goes on to say that we only get to see 2 to 3% of the millionaires and or billionaires in the world. They're on TV, they're the athletes, they're the entertainers. But the other 97% of millionaires and billionaires, you don't see them, and they're just simple people. I can't share his name, but just 2-3 days ago, I was in the presence of a billionaire. This man is worth $9 billion. But this is not going to come out the right way. You wouldn't know it by looking at him. You know what I mean? I think sometimes when we hear millionaire and billionaire, we get an idea of our head of the flashy rings and the chains and the Ferraris and the things like that. But people who understand money, and that's 97% of the millionaires and billionaires who drive their Toyotas and they run it to 100,000 miles, or their Ford truck with just the primer on it, they understand money. And I think they also hate being forced to give to things they don't want to give to. A lot of them are very philanthropic, but they want to give to the things they want to give to, and they don't want the government to strong-arm them and say, well, you need to support this cause. And they're like, well, I'm not passionate about that cause. Why should I support it?
You mentioned, looking at him, you wouldn't know he's a billionaire. It's usually the posers that have all of the flashy stuff because they want to show people, hey, look, I got money. But the ones that have true wealth, I mean, look at Elon Musk. He walks around in baseball hats. He went into that coffee shop. There was a story on, I don't know if it's true or not, where, he just tries to blend in. He doesn't try to stand out, and he's the richest man in the world. But you mentioned athletes, which is funny because I made a note on this. Money makes the pure man lawless and proud. That's what you see with a lot of these athletes that get all this money, and instead of being smart with it, they just flash it, and then some of them just get dumb, and they do stupid things. Right. So,
That's a good song. Good song.
Yeah, it's good.
And I just to go back to the intro. I mean, I don't think it's bad to have money.
No.
Me and Brian talked about this. I mean, but if you choose to be Mother Teresa or a Gandhi and you want to live how you live and just dedicate your life to helping the poor people, there's nothing wrong with that. Nor is there nothing wrong with having all the money in the world. Basically, I say God will deal with you. Go ahead and make that. If your goal for getting up every day is to drive the brightest, reddest Porsche and drive it down Main Street every day, if that's what gets you up and gets you going, do it. God will deal with you. And I hate, especially a lot of young kids today, there's this tag that's attached to people who have money that they're just complete jerks and idiots. And I say nothing could be further from the truth, because I've met poor people who are idiots.
Yeah.
and the people I just don't like. So I think a lot of it is your character.
Yeah.
They say that, when you win the lottery, and like Brian was saying, you come into a lot of money, money doesn't turn you into who you are. Money just kind of brings out who you really were.
Yeah, it magnifies it. So.
Yeah, if you are a good person, you're kind and considerate, and you give to others, I think money will magnify that. But if you're a jerk and you're an idiot, money will magnify that as well.
Yeah. But like you said at the beginning, though, I mean, it's kind of like power corrupts. It can. So if you're not used to having that, you may take some time to get used to it, and you may abuse it, and you may use people, and you may do things that maybe otherwise you wouldn't have done if you didn't have money. Again, like Cedric said, if you're a person of good character, then hopefully that doesn't happen. But that temptation of money is there. And like Cedric said, money itself is not bad. Money is a tool. Anyway, before we go on with that, we want to read some comments because we haven't done that in a while. This one, Cedric, was kind of funny. This is a person who, we did a thing called People Get So Mad, and it's a picture with Trump holding up the LGBT rainbow. This is when it was just a rainbow flag. And Trump was pro-LGBTQ, but of course, if you're on the left and you hated Trump, then you had to tell him that he hated that. But this person said, it's Seaberg Fall 6. He says, "Oh, I have listened to you reaction to some Ren vids, but I am not subscribing, nor will I listen to you anymore. I pity you Americans when Trump takes the hammer. Do not understand why you are following a villain. He has done some wild shit. Just enjoy. We may have World War III on our hands in a few months. God bless us all. Goodbye. I am not even American." Okay, well, thank you for that comment. We were worried, actually, before Trump took that there was going to be World War III, because there sure were a lot of wars starting in the 4 years between Trump's presidencies. So I don't know where you're from, but thanks for commenting. I just thought I'd put that out there.
Awesome. Was there another comment, or was the two of them?
That was one. Did you get any?
No. I mean, I see a lot of the comments. I need to get back to responding to them. Yes, I know, Brian. I will do that.
Okay, I just want to do one more, because everybody complains that we stop when we do these reactions, but I just want to respond to this. This is Barrison, and this was in response to our last Ren video on Slaughterhouse. He says, "I might be completely wrong, but it seems to me you are enjoying it more when you can freely stop the track and comment. I love hearing your commentary, and the stopping is just a natural part of it. When I want to listen uninterrupted, I go to Ren's channel. Another option is to listen to it twice, first for the reaction, second for the commentary, but it is, of course, depends on how much time you want to invest into it." All I want to say is, Barrison, thank you. That's what Cedric has been saying forever. If you want it uninterrupted, go to Ren's channel, or go to Tom's channel, or go to whoever we're reacting to, and just listen to it. We're reacting, we stop it, we're old men. If we don't stop it a lot, we will forget what we want to say. And poor Cedric has to wait for me to stop, because since we're doing this by Zoom now, I'm the only one with the pause button.
Yes. Barrison? Is that his name?
That's his handle anyways, Barasun.
Thank you. Thank you for echoing what we've been saying all along.
Yes.
Well, that was great. I hope Ren's doing better. I'm not saying this to be silly. Along with Ren doing better, I hope that our Democratic senator here, Nancy Pelosi, I hope she's feeling better. She just fell and broke her hip today.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's wearing high heels. She's 84 years old. I don't know why she's wearing high heels. But anyway, that's like me trying to dunk a basketball and then you come down and tear your ACL or something like that. But anyway, our prayers out to you. Hope you feel better, Miss Pelosi.
Yes, and if you want to watch a great video, we did one featuring
Samson
by Samson. So go check that one out.
Oh, we should put that in the link below so we can check that out. All right, so I was looking up a movie that I really loved. I'm going to end up here. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and continue sharing our channel with everyone you know from California to Tennessee. And if you ever seen that movie, The Players Club, the stripper in that movie, Diamond, she was given some advice. Make that money, but don't let it make you. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. See you later.